Have you ever wondered how one of the most technologically advanced nations, Japan, looked like in its ancient times? Our journey begins at the dawn of Japanese civilization during the Jomon period, which spanned from 14,000 BC to 300 BC. This era was characterized by a hunter-gatherer lifestyle where the people lived in harmony with nature, and pottery was a crucial part of their culture. The name Jomon itself signifies cord-marked, reflecting the intricate patterns etched into their clay creations. As we transition into the Yayoi period, from 300 BC to 300 AD, the Japanese society experienced significant changes. The introduction of rice farming revolutionized their way of life, shifting from hunter-gatherers to settled farmers. Metallurgy also made its debut during this time, paving the way for sophisticated tools and weapons. The Yayoi period set the stage for a significant cultural shift, which led to the formation of the first recognizable state. How did the ancient Japanese society transform into a structured state? Let's take a step back to the Kofun period, spanning 300 to 538 AD. This era saw the formation of the Yamato state, a significant milestone in Japan's ancient history. The term Kofun refers to the large burial mounds created during this period. These monumental structures stand as silent witnesses to the societal changes and the shift to a more organized form of governance. The importance of these burial mounds is such that they lend their name to the entire period. In addition to these architectural marvels, the Kofun period was also a time of cultural enrichment. The influence of Chinese culture began to permeate Japan, bringing with it new ideas, practices, and beliefs. Among the most impactful was Buddhism, a spiritual philosophy that would shape Japan's cultural identity for centuries to come. With the arrival of Buddhism, the Asuka period began, marking a new era of cultural transformation. How did Buddhism shape the ancient Japanese society? Picture Japan in the Asuka period, from 538 to 710 AD, a time when the country was undergoing a cultural metamorphosis. Buddhism, a religion from mainland Asia, was embraced, and with it came a wave of profound change. This wasn't just a shift in spiritual beliefs, but a redefining of societal norms, art, and politics. Now let's travel a bit further in time to the Nara period, from 710 to 794 AD. This period was marked by the establishment of the city of Nara as the capital. A significant development during this era was the influence of Chinese law, which had a profound impact on Japanese governance. The Nara period was a time of cultural flourishing, with art, literature, and philosophy thriving under the influence of Buddhism and Chinese culture. But, as is often the case in history, political instability led to a new era, the Heian period. What was the golden age of Japanese culture, you might ask? Well, let's take a journey back in time to the Heian period, spanning from 794 to 1185 AD. This era was a time of great refinement and sophistication, largely characterized by the flourishing of court culture and literature. During this time, the elegance of the imperial court inspired a surge of creativity, leading to the development of the kana syllabaries, an essential element of the Japanese writing system. This was also the era of The Tale of Genji, often considered the world's first novel and a masterpiece of Japanese literature. Yet, while the court indulged in poetry and art, the samurai class was on the rise. This marked a shift in power dynamics, heralding the decline of central authority. The Heian period ended with the rise of military rule, setting the stage for the feudal era. So, what have we learned about the ancient history of Japan? We journeyed back to the Jomon and Yayoi periods, witnessing the birth of civilization. We saw how communities thrived on hunting, gathering, and later farming, laying the groundwork for the society that was to come. Then came the rise of the Yamato state during the Kofun period, when political structures started to take shape. The Yamato court emerged as a central power, marking a significant turning point in Japan's history. Our journey continued through the cultural revolution of the Asuka and Nara periods. These eras brought about significant changes in art, religion, and government, shaping Japan's cultural landscape for centuries to come. Finally, we visited the cultural golden age of the Heian period, This era marked the peak of classical Japanese culture, with flourishing literature, art, and a courtly lifestyle that has left an indelible mark on Japanese society. The ancient history of Japan is a fascinating journey, revealing the roots of a culture that continues to captivate the world today.